Don't assume all this money is coming in at once. That's not quite how it works. Even with Saylor making moves, it still feels pretty balanced. Have you noticed Jeff Bezos buying Bitcoin? I haven't. In fact, I haven't seen anyone make major buys recently. Here's what I think is happening. Fred Krueger has some insights into how the prices of XRP and other cryptocurrencies might shift as the digital economy evolves. Big players like billionaires and major corporations are becoming more involved. I should quickly point out that BlackRock has already taken positions on a few coins. I'll go deeper into that later in the video, so stay tuned. For now, let's focus on Fred Krueger. He's making some crucial points. And hey, hit that like button so more people can see this. Let's begin with an idea. If 6 billionaires buy Bitcoin, that's notable, but it doesn't automatically send prices skyrocketing. Krueger disagrees with Saylor here. Saylor says Bitcoin will rise because billionaires like him are buying, but Krueger argues that what really drives price increases is mass adoption. When millions of regular people choose to put their savings into it. It's not about Argentina, El Salvador, or Elon Musk. It's not just about Saylor either. Everyday people matter more. Right now, average Americans are the key. People with 401k say they're the ones who should be thinking about putting some money into Bitcoin. And it's not just the ultra-wealthy. Gen X and Boomers, people like me, hold most of the wealth because we've built it up over time. Yes, the top 1% are rich, but the next 9% are the top 10% overall. They own 90% of the stock market. So how those people think, and how they shift their perspectives, is crucial. Think about someone saying, I'm getting older. My son Joe Bennett told me to buy Bitcoin. Maybe I should follow his advice instead of the older generation's thinking. That shift is already happening, even if we don't always see it. Guys like Larry and me, we get it. And I believe it'll all work out in the end. I just tell people, get on the train and stay on it. If you don't like the model, throw it away. It's fine. If it helps you, keep it. You can believe everything's falling apart if that's your thing. For some people, that worldview works. But at the end of the day, the one thing that really gives you a chance to come out ahead is buying Bitcoin. So what's really going on here? I remember Saylor speaking at an event about a year ago. He predicted a future with millions of lightning-fast transactions, people sending Bitcoin back and forth seamlessly. He imagined a world where Bitcoin would dominate, and all other coins would be seen as unregistered securities, basically scams, unless they filed proper disclosures. That was his hardcore belief. Almost like Bitcoin gospel. And don't forget, we already went through the ETF phase a couple of years back. All of this is part of a much bigger picture. A lot of people started realizing, especially around the time ETFs launched, that Wall Street was stepping in and potentially taking control of Bitcoin. The old saying, not your keys, not your Bitcoin, started to get brushed aside. Even though letting in giants like Larry Fink and BlackRock felt like a betrayal of Bitcoin's original purpose, most people accepted it because it looked like it would boost Bitcoin's price. Some experts, Lynn Alden, for instance, here were very clear that the ETF wasn't a game changer. Among hardcore Bitcoin fans, the ETF wasn't even a big topic. Sentiment and philosophy mattered more. But while everyone focused on that, something major happened in 2023. Solana took off. At one point, Bitcoin had more transactions and users than Solana. Now, Solana has about 10 times as many users. This isn't a fluke or just hype, it's part of a significant shift. The issue with Bitcoin is that its community still clings to ideas like Lightning Network, Alphabet bridges, even when those systems clearly aren't delivering. Meanwhile, BlackRock has shifted its attention to projects like XRP, BAR, XTC, and others. They're not promoting these coins because they want to hype them. They're accumulating before the masses catch on. Once they do, BlackRock will be in a position to profit heavily. What they've realized is that not all crypto projects are equal. They're identifying which ones have genuine real-world use, solve problems, and contribute to society in meaningful ways. That's why they're backing XRP now. BlackRock only developed Bitcoin-based products initially because Bitcoin was the safest bet from a regulatory perspective. But now that clearer regulations exist, they've had time to quietly build positions in other transformative assets. XRP, XTC, and BAR are being positioned to play a major role, and soon the wider public will start hearing about them. Be prepared, because when major disruptions happen, those holding the right assets will benefit the most.